If you're a contractor, you already know the feeling. You work your tail off all year long. The business seems to be doing great, but then tax season just hits you like a ton of bricks. Well, today we are diving into a system that's designed to stop that anxiety forever. It's all based on the book Tax Flow for Contractors. Let's get right into it.
Just imagine this for a second. It's the tax deadline. You've taken care of all your clients, and now it's your turn. You sit down, you run the numbers, and this is what stares back at you. $15,000 due. And you check the bank account, you've only got $5,000 in there. This isn't just a story. This was the author's actual real-life tax shock that kicked this whole thing off.
It's a feeling that just hits you right in the gut. First, the shock of that number. Then, the frantic scramble trying to figure out how in the world you're going to pay it. And then comes that lingering dread, that feeling that you've done something terribly wrong. If you have ever felt this, you know exactly what I'm talking about.
And here's the thing. This is not some unique one-off story. It's practically an epidemic in the contracting world. But listen, it's not because contractors are bad with money. Not at all. It's because the way most of us are taught to handle our finances is just fundamentally broken.
Does any of this ring a bell? You're out there busting your tail, the deposits are hitting the bank, the account looks pretty healthy for a while. But then tax time comes, and you feel like you're broke all over again. And every single year, you make that same promise to yourself, right? Next year will be different. But let's be honest, without a system, that cycle just keeps repeating itself.
And this is the most important takeaway. This is not a personal failure. You haven't been blindsided because you're bad at business. You've been blindsided because you're using a broken system. So let's go ahead and fix that.
Okay, so on the left, you see what most people do. Money comes in, bills go out, and you basically just cross your fingers and hope for the best. The big problem here is that your bank balance is lying to you. It's mixing up your money, your business's money, and the IRS's money all in one big, confusing pile. The system on the right, though, it gives every single dollar a specific job the moment it arrives. No more guessing.
This brings us to a really powerful idea called autopsy accounting. Think about it. It's what happens when you only really look at your finances after the year's already over. It's dead and gone. You can see every single mistake you made, sure, but you can't change a thing about it. Real control, that comes from seeing your numbers in real time.
So, how do we get that real-time control? Well, it all starts with a brilliantly simple foundation. It's called the money map, and it's a 3-account system that's designed to give you immediate clarity and control over everything.
And this is the framework right here. It's built on 3 super simple pillars. You separate your money so you can actually see it clearly, you track it with a purpose, and you plan your tax flow so you're never ever surprised again. It all boils down to this one core principle. Structure creates clarity. And you know what? Clarity creates calm.
Okay, here are the 3 accounts you absolutely need. First up, your operating account. All your income goes in, all your business expenses go out. It's your daily driver. Second, and this is the real game changer, a tax flow reserve account. Psychologically, this is huge. You're walling off the government's money from your money. You stop seeing it as one big pile you can just spend from. And third, a profit reserve. This is your reward, your buffer. This is where you finally get to pay yourself first.
And right here, this is the single most important action you will take. Every single time a deposit hits your operating account, every time, you immediately move 20 to 25% of it straight into your tax flow reserve. Not at the end of the week, not at the end of the month, immediately. I promise you this one habit changes everything. And this is your new control center. It's a simple, one-page summary that gives you your entire financial picture in a single glance. You just update it once a week, and you'll have everything you need to stay in calm, total control of your business. It's that simple.
Now, getting the bank account set up, that's step 1. The next, and honestly the most powerful step, is shifting your entire mindset from one of just, financial fear to one of calm, proactive control.
This is what defines the old reactive way of thinking. It's what you ask your CPA when you're just bracing for bad news, hoping it's not a complete catastrophe. We want to completely eliminate this question from your vocabulary, forever.
And here's the answer. Peace of mind doesn't come from getting some lucky break at tax time. No way. It comes from building a reliable system that works for you all year long. A system so good you already know the answer before you even have to ask the question.
So how do you install this new mindset? You create a simple rhythm. Every Friday, you take just 20 minutes for what we'll call Tax Flow Friday. You review your numbers, you make your transfers, and you celebrate one small win. See, it's not about intensity, it's all about consistency. That simple rhythm is what builds the habit of control.
You know, once you achieve that feeling of tax calm, something pretty amazing starts to happen. You free up all of this mental energy and actual capital to start thinking bigger. You can move beyond just avoiding surprises and start actively building wealth.
Let's take your business structure, for example. As a sole proprietor, you're getting taxed on every single dollar of profit. But once you have a solid financial system in place, you can confidently move to an S-Corp. This lets you pay yourself a reasonable salary, which gets taxed, and then take the rest of your profit as a distribution, which doesn't get hit with that self-employment tax. That one move, that can save you thousands of dollars every single year. The right structure creates serious savings.
So, what's the real payoff in all this? Well, it's a predictable paycheck for yourself. It's the end of those last-minute financial scrambles. It's having a freedom fund that you can use to invest in your future. And maybe most importantly, it's getting back to doing the work you actually love, without that constant nagging money anxiety in the back of your head.
And that really brings us to the final question you need to ask yourself. Right now, this very second, every dollar in your business is already moving somewhere. The only question is, are you just watching it flow by? Or are you the one standing at the controls, directing it exactly where you want it to go?